It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll see who rules the skies in tonight's battle. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Jets on Sunday night.
Well, Brock, the fans were out and shouting J-E-T-S Jets well before the gates opened here, and now they fill the stands of MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chuck yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense can get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Here's Jason Myers to get this one going. And away we go from East Rutherford. Xavier Gibson now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. And bringing them out, an electrifying runner and a former first-round pick back in 2021, Justin Fields.
There's still lots of people around the NFL that believe that Justin Fields' best football's in front of them. Major believers of him as an upper-tier quarterback. And the reason why, Kate, is he's got physical traits that are just unique and different. He can run it like a running back, and he can spin a football as well. In fact, that running ability is some of the best in the game. But just continuing to build and refine his game as a passer between the tackles, that will be the key to the longevity of his career.
A lot of grass ahead. A gain of 27 yards there. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
Best run games in this league at balance can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Play action, Fields. And a man is there to knock that away.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Couldn't connect on first, it's second down. Now Fields, able to find Corley. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Fields throwing here. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Into the red zone after that big pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. Another throw for Fields. And in, touchdown, New York! He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Greg Zuerlein for the point after try. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So now it's the Seahawks' turn to take the field for the first time. And we'll get a look at their signal caller playing in his 7th season.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Play action on first down. That's taken in by Cup. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll go with Walker on the counter. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
So the officials are officially on board tonight. For the first time a flag flies, somebody moved early. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards.
Still first down.
They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Darnold to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin. Because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Darnold looking to throw. He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Their opening drive continues. 1st and 10 now from the 39. Walker now from the gun. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Quincy Williams making the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
2nd and 10 now. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Third and long for him here. Cup on the catch. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from MetLife coming right up. Jason Myers out there now to try a field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. On the return, here comes Davis. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Jets headed back out on offense as we get a look at their receiver. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Second down now, 7 to go. Looking to throw Fields. Hits him on the out route. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And this is a nice gain. That's stopped at the 47. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
The give on 2nd to Hall. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Off play action, it's Fields. Complete beyond the marker. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Fields on first down. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, we hear about it all the time. A short memory, right? We hear about it with quarterbacks a lot, Kate, when they make a mistake. But it works the same way for a defense, a whole position group. You have got to flush that big play, come back and play the next play. And boy, did the defense do it there.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again, following the sack. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work. And that throw doesn't lead to 6. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Working inside the red zone. Forced out to his right. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. From the gun, it's Hall. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Only manages 1 yard on that run, so now they'll need 3 on 3rd and goal.
Where you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. And it's the Jets with a 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, Fields. He's on the move. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Zerline with the extra point. And the Jets drive their lead to 11. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So Seattle retakes the field for their 2nd series. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Darnold. That's a catch, Jackson Smith and Jigba. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
Now we're going to get an offensive timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's Darnold. Pass complete to Walker. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. Throwing the out route complete. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets side. Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Now Darnold. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on to a well-placed hit like that one.
4th down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. And it's out of bounds without a whole lot of room for error. He hit it well. They're saying it's out at the 4. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And with a 2-score lead, partner, they've got the option to sit on that, or they could try something really aggressive to end the half. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Coming right is Hall. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Leonard Williams applying the hit there. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5. That brings us to the break. The Jets with a halftime lead here in East Rutherford. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Reports. We got an excellent first half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Has this at the 6. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. So as we get set to begin the 3rd quarter, it's the Seattle offense who's going to be out there first. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Walker on first down. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Quincy Williams making the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instinct come to life.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Man in motion out of the slot. Throwing now off play action. Finds Smith and Jigba. And it's a nickel look from the Jets. 3rd down. Darnold now to throw. This is reeled in by Valdez-Scantling. Still fighting forward. All the way, touchdown Seattle! The Seahawks cut into the lead coming out of halftime. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
The Seahawks offense, look at this. They aren't leaving the field, lining up and going for 2. He's throwing for it! And they get the 2-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Gibson now to return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers out to determine how severe this may be. They've got first down from the 31. They start the half with a give to Hall. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run. That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Hall running between the tackles. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. They go right back to Hall. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Play action, Fields. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Brought down on the play by Uchenna Nwosu.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Wilson's got it. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop.
Textbook hitch route. Hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
And the Seahawks adding an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. Fields out of the gun. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he gets this forward to the 19. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Hall takes it straight ahead. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Hall once more. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Third and a lone yard coming up. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Devin Witherspoon on the tackle. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. The Jets have it with a lead to start the 4th, but the win's not secure quite yet. Important moment as they turn to Greg Zuerlein. A very short kick here from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond a field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Zuerlein has it all teed up and ready to send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. throwing here. Darnold. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That's an incredible sack, Kate, from them. It does more than just back them up a mile on second down. There's an immediate sense of desperation that comes from an offense. You can just feel it as a quarterback in the huddle. When you take a sack like that, now they got to dig themselves out of this hole.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Slot man motioned over. Another try following the sack. The screen pass falls incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So now it's going to be third and long.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect. All you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Shotgun now on third down. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs?
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So the ball on the midfield stripe now after that big play. It's 1st and 10. They give up the gut to Walker, and he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. Running with Walker again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with third down and 6 to go. Looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Seahawks bringing out the punt team. And this is the second time he's been brought on to kick it. And oh, just a hair too much on that kick. The punt lands in the end zone. This one's coming out to the 20. The Jets back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Tight end in motion left. On 1st down, here comes Hall. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Only took him one play, partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. 1st down throw for Fields. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And it's going to be 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to throw. Here's Fields. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire.
Delay of game, offset.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still first down.
They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag. Fields throwing here. That's complete to Wilson. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Jets up by 6. Second down now, 7 to go. Running this with Hall. And he's only able to drive this down to about the 45. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Here he is to throw. Caught by Lazard. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's a give to Hall. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. This is Hall. Pushing for the red zone. And he gets this all the way inside the red zone. Down at the 19. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. This will be a nice win for the Jets, who draw closer to it as they take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. So the win goes to the Jets. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a well-earned win for the Jets as we say so long from New York.